Hey everybody, I'm Adam Grubb from Haven, and welcome to the Haven Media Cut. We bring in now Erik Anderson with Haven as we discuss today a very special topic that over the last 8 months has become very, very important, and that's the importance of live video with a brand. Erik, over the last 6-7 months, a lot of companies have had to have new ways of getting their messaging out and bringing people into their companies or their brands because they couldn't go out. They couldn't do the things that they normally do. Live video, we are very familiar now with live video. For you, is there something special about a live video that brings people to say, wow, something cool and exciting is happening? Why all of a sudden live video being so important?
Part of what's exciting is it gives people an opportunity to see what's happening like right that second, right in that moment, what's happening within the company, kind of gives them that instant gratification. They can see that on Facebook or wherever they're, on YouTube or wherever they're seeing it.
There's basically 5 ways that I see that companies and brands going live can impact their business and help them with engagement, but also bring some excitement to whatever is happening. That would be brand messages, anything that might be newsworthy, live interviews with maybe a new employee, or maybe it's a new partner. Perhaps it's a live interview with a client of theirs. Webinars, education is very important and a way for people to go live because of the interaction. We'll talk about that. A live Q&A. How many times do you get an opportunity to ask questions to a brand or to a company in a public forum and in a live format? A live Q&A is another one. And then product promotions and or releases. Those are the 5 ways that you can go as a company, go live tomorrow and make an impact. So we'll start with the first one, which is brand messages and news. Anytime somebody has something that they want to tell somebody, typically they would do a press release. They would tweet it out. They would, do a post about it. But going live and saying, hey, this is important enough for us to tell you about right now, that has a very different connotation. Erik, for you, do you see a brand coming to the table with a live, hey, we've got a new product, we've got a new announcement, we've got a new merger, something big is exciting is happening. Is that a good spot to go live?
Yeah, it means that they care. It's important enough to them that they want to get it out there as soon as possible so that they can bring that awareness to their demographic.
That's when people see, hey, we're live and we've got an announcement to make. It's just like late breaking news on your on a broadcast news channel. You stop what you're doing and you take notice. And a brand, when they break in and say, hey, here's what's happening, that's an important moment. Another one is just live interviews. So if I were to interview people around the company or interview a new client or interview somebody that is partnering with us and make that about them, they're going to share it. They're going to utilize it. They're going to look at that as an opportunity to tell their story as well. A live interview. Now you got to have somebody who can interview, right? But you find that right person and you interview them even 3 minutes live a day with an interview of somebody special within your company. There's some pretty cool engagement that could happen with that. Is that something that you think companies do now?
I think we're starting to see more companies do this, and they'll bring in, maybe it's a local celebrity or somebody that will draw a crowd or somebody that's in the same business space, that's relevant, and they can bring that person in and get not only the company's existing audience, but then the person that they're interviewing, they bring in that audience and they get some real synergy there.
Education is a very important topic right now. Companies are trying to educate and trying to tell their story through very different format. Webinars are old news. The stodgy voiceover over some sort of PowerPoint presentation just for a credit, that doesn't do it anymore. If you're going to have education, you're going to have thought leadership, go live and have it interactive. You're asking people, hey, pay attention, ask questions, learn, and right here in the moment. Imagine a brand, a builder or some sort of contractor saying, hey, here's an education for you, and we're going to do this live right here on site.
You bring up an example of a builder, whether that's a process of like, hey, we're building your custom home, and these are the beginning stages, and this is kind of the roller coaster that you'll be on to, as we move through this process. But it's a disarming way to get, to give people that information. And
Erik, another one that a lot of brands are scared to do is a live Q&A. So you go on Facebook Live and you say, we're going to open it up to questions from really ask us anything about a product, about a service, about our plans for 2021, whatever the case may be. Let's bring in our prospects, let's bring in our customers, our clients, our partners, and let's have a Q&A and let's learn from each other, but also open up a little bit some of those channels that most people don't get to see. A live Q&A, talk about a cool, weekly or monthly or even a quarterly, almost town hall. That's a very unique way to go live and something that a lot of people aren't doing.
Also, it gives people a really great opportunity to hear questions from other people that are in the same process of the buying decision or something. If you're a company and you're selling a product, you can have people coming in asking questions about it. And then, other members of the audience can hear those questions, and that'll spur them on to additional questions. And it's a great way to not only build your brand awareness, reach your audience, but then also you can take that, that content and use it and further push your brand through that content at a later date, even after it's recorded.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's what a lot of people don't remember, that when you go live, they think it's just live in the ethos and gone. But all the platforms do re-record it, and you can utilize that, cut it up into micro content, use it down the road. There's a lot of ways to do that. The last major point for going live for brands would be product releases. Or some sort of promotion. So let's say you've got a new showroom. Let's say you've got a new product. You want to show them, and you want to show them in the moment. And there's a lot of brands that do a good job at trade shows and at gatherings or at events of going live and saying, hey, here's where I'm at. Here's what's going on. But if you have a product release, instead of a press release and putting it on Twitter and this very kind of one-dimensional release, this allows you to show the product, to talk about the service, to talk with people who use it, going live. And it's like, hey, we're releasing this right now, and you're one of the first people to see it. There's an emotional connection for that. Product releases, the press release is 2000. Today, it's going live and showcasing your product right there in your showroom.
Releasing a product or doing a promotion like that is a great way to segue into a Q&A right there in the moment. You're bringing people into your showroom and bringing them into the experience of releasing it right then and there.
Yeah, and that's so important. You want to bring them into the experience. You want them to connect emotionally. You want to be the face and voice of your brand or your company. You want them to feel connected to it. And the best way is video. You combine that with the live aspect, you're going to get a lot of shares. You're going to get a lot of engagement, and you're an outlier at this stage of going live. A lot of people are doing video, but to go live and to be in that moment is a cut above. This is Erik Anderson, Adam Grubb from Haven for the Haven Media Cut. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you took away a couple things from there. Again, the 5 major things for going live with your brand news and messages, live interviews, webinars, live Q&A, or product releases are just 5 simple ways for you to go live today with your brand. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.